Before I start my topic, I would like to take on the previous thing. There is always orthokeratology, the safest way of handling uniocular myopia in children. And there are different type of designs for orthokeratology. As Dr. Yasmin said, for myopia control, you need a smaller optical zone, and for adult orthokeratology, you need a larger optical zone. That's the only difference. Coming back to my topic, I think last time I spoke on red light therapy, and of course there was a lot of eyebrows raised about that. But red light therapy has been called in different ways, photobiomodulation and other things. We are using red light for amblyopia treatment as well. This Professor Glenn Jeffrey from UK has done phenomenal work on red light, and he has done a lot of work on the other aspects of red light, how it helps a human being. So the human eye is sensitive to 400 to 700 nanometers, and that is the only optical system in the body, and that's how the metropization happens depending on how the light falls, and if it falls in a different way, or there are so many other theories, but then the myopia or hypermetropia sets in. So axial elongation is affected by genetics, environments, near work, prolonged near work, reduced outdoor activities, and ultimately it is coming down to dopamine and circadian rhythm that regulates the optical growth. So why we are using red light is it stimulates the dopamine release in retina. It modulates the scleral remodeling, and it inhibits the axial elongation. It works with there are devices now available in the market. Actually, there are two which are popular, and usually the protocol is you can do 2 sessions per day for 3 minutes only. It's a non-invasive, painless, child-friendly, so it can be easily adapted. So what it does is basically it increases the choroidal thickness, so making the eyeball a little stronger, less prone to elongation. Retinal blood flow is enhanced, modulates growth factors, and reduces oxidative stress. So you can actually do the OCT and measure the choroidal thickness. About 2022, last year when I presented, there were a lot of if and buts. There was definite papers that it is, controlling the myopia progression. But by 2024, now there are proofs that it is reducing the axial length, which is quite surprising. And 50% axial shortening is happening. So it is really looking promising for the future, and of course it depends on how is the child, how not all child will benefit, but yes, it is a non-invasive procedure, easy to do it, nothing much permanent change happens. So I think that's going to be the future. Of course, we already have other modalities, 0.01%, 0.05% now available in India, which is quite promising. There are other talks on 0.05%, but I have been using it in my US practice. It's amazing. Multifocal lenses, of course, but about 50 to 60%, not much. Ortho-K has a very high rate, and if you can combine with atropine, Ortho-K, you get an absolute, 90% control. And now red light therapy is coming up, and it is falling into that high control modality. It is safe. Of course, you get a little bit of photophobia if you are looking at a bright light for a longer time. It is like a 2 electron volt light has to be there to get that effect. If it is just a general red lights, what you see, it's not going to work. Age 6 to 18 years. This is one instrument from Australia which is popular, and this is another instrument from China which is popular. Nowadays there are some controversies going on about this Chinese instrument, and people are thinking again because it is causing some damage because of the radiations. Interestingly, Glenn has used just a simple torch for all his experiments, and it did show a wonderful effect. What I also did in my practice basically. So this is a clinical protocol, refractive error, actual length, every follow-up, fundus examination, all that thing has to be done, and every monthly or quarterly follow-up for actual length elongation. So we being an Indian Jugadu thing, what we did is basically simple red tinted glasses, but ask patient to look at the LED bulb. LED bulb is really stronger, and you can just look at those lights, and it does give little bit of effect. I'm not going aggressively. We are waiting for that FDA approved instrument to do it. But in reality, it's just a simple red glass and looking at a bright LED light has helped me. So I came up with something like red tinted with a defocus optics also, and it did showed a good control. It did not reduce the actual length or anything, but it definitely control the myopia progression. Of course, I have used atropine also, but of course there is a way, and looks promising. So there is a way, always a hope, and now there is a light. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Chawan. For those who want to jump into red light therapy, just a cautionary tale. All the reports on red light therapy emanated only from one country,